remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, you know, my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. Y'all know we have Music Monday as well, but this is Sold Out, man, where, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk. Speaking of sold out, we got the sold out Discord link pinned at the top of the comment section or in the comment section at this point because YouTube has been making changes here and there. But anyway, sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned in the comment section. And then it's free to sign up where, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content out in time, most likely, because you know the kids' schedule stay packed, most likely we're already chopping it up in the sold out Discord. And then it's free to sign up, man. And to be honest, if I can help it, if it's in my control at all times, I will try my very best to make sure it's free, man. Anyway, man. So pretty much sign up for that joint. As y'all coming out, definitely smash the like button and or sub up. Let me know if audio and visuals is looking good because, you know, these streams, as you can see on Monday, on Music Monday, if it seems like I cut it short, like not on purpose, is because I didn't, right? Okay, like literally I was in that joint like 56 minutes coming up, like where I was probably gonna wrap up in like another like 10 or 15 minutes. I was getting to the point where I was gonna have to go overtime, right? Okay, and out of nowhere, my Wi-Fi just drops, right? Okay, not just like on my computer, but on my phone. And then like out of nowhere, it came back, but it took like 10 or 15 minutes to come back. And I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna just end it there, and we'll try again on Wednesday. It happens, man. That's the one thing about going live. There's always that risk where things just don't work out. Like I'm literally live, so like if I fall or I drop or I pass out or something like that, you guys are gonna witness this right then and there. Pray that never ever happens. But long story short, that's one of the gifts and the curse. Now, at the same time, while I do like going live, right? It's kind of one of those you can chop up the content because for the people who prefer like the short form content, you can make short form content. It offers a lot of variety, right? Okay, so I really like it, and you guys being interactive in the chat really means a lot for me, man. So just want to make sure I give you guys your praises and show love. But tonight's topic, man, I got 3 that I'm gonna cover, and then we'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, which, to be honest, I don't think we have much on the radar other than those Off-White Air Jordan 1s that are kind of floating around for this week anyway. And yeah, man, we'll get the party going right here. So I only plan to be on this one for like an hour. So 3 topics I'm gonna cover real quick. Obviously, the update on Nike's turnaround plan, right? Okay, the win now strategy. Looks like the CEO, Elliot Hill, says it's not finished yet. So as the company sees China bumps up in Q3, and speaking of that, we'll also cover the Nike's concerns about pretty much China, and not only China, but Europe. So we got 2 topics right there we're going to cover right there back to back. And then we'll close up with like an update on Converse. Keep in mind that it's been rumors that Nike may sell off Converse, but we don't know. Again, Nike hasn't said that themselves. This is kind of like what analysts and stuff have been saying. So I want to say this: Whole Live is alleged, and you know that's all I know, basically off what I research. I don't work for none of these companies, so at the end of the day, what you guys see and what I see and what we learn together, we can win together. But anyway, it says Elliot Hill shrugs off the speculation, because right now, that's all you get is speculation. We don't know, and then until they do it, you know what I mean? So again, one thing I do know is Nike has not been playing over the years about, hey, do not like rip off our products because we will take it to trial. No pun intended. And to the best of my knowledge, a lot of it has settled out of court, but it looks like it's been working in Nike's favor from the outside looking in, right? Okay, a lot of those companies and or people who got sued, they don't bounce back the same, you know? And I can go down a plethora in the rabbit hole of that, right? Okay, but let me test the chat, see what all got in the building. Again, y'all let me know if audio and visuals is looking good. And yeah, man, hopefully lighting and everything is right. Looks like King Midas in the building says, smash that like buttons. Appreciate that, King Midas. We got Thomas Goldring Jr. in the building, says salute. What up, Thomas? What up? What's Gucci? What's Gucci? And of course, we got the homie Divine Photos in the building, says people that cop the off-white and then have the nerve to say it's not the best colorway. So about that, right? And we was chopping it up in the Discord earlier, right? I'm going to say this, right? People say that, like, let me put it this way. This is my theory behind that. If the joint was a tough cop and a lot of people wasn't hitting and it was rare and it was hard, and you know for a fact that majority of us was gonna have to go on the resale market because of the rareness of the shoe, I feel like they would be saying something slightly different, right? Just my best educated guess. I wouldn't be surprised. But now that, like, more raffles are available, I've only entered one because mainly, dog, no disrespect, with all these Run Fair raffles, I'm not against it, but at the same time, knowing my luck, I'm the guy that enter all those raffles and they hit every last one of my cards or my card, and then next thing you know, it's like now I'm forced to flip them to try to get my money back and break even, and I'm not the best seller. You know what I'm saying? I know my strength. I'm not the best seller. Have I sold sneakers and will I sell sneakers in the future? Yes, but at the same time, I don't crack people over the head. I have got a few extra bucks off of it, but that's because they ran it up off of auction. You know what I'm saying? I don't set the price myself on that high level. You know what I mean? But again, I get what you're saying. People are saying that, because it's one of those where, let's just be 100. The best off-white Jordan 1 colorway is probably going to always be the Chicago. The UNCs, they didn't even run them up like that, because I remember the UNCs at one point, and I'm talking to off-white UNCs, they were like 700 at one point, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what I had like paid close around to mine allegedly, right? You know what I'm saying? It's been some time, but they ran up now. But it's kind of one of those, this shoe is probably where if you really want this shoe, when it's all said and done and once people start getting their pairs, probably want to buy sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? Because the price is probably not going to do anything but go up from there. A lot of people been hating on the colorways. It gets dirty quick. It just that and the third. But yet, y'all are still checking for the shoe. Keep in mind, don't tell me what you hate about the shoe if you don't spend the bread on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at that point, if you didn't like it like that, then why cop? But I get it. It's your money and you choose to cop. I'm not knocking it. Where we at real quick? Let me hit the chat. Devon says, people that cop the off-white and then have the nerve to say, okay, cool, that was, they did that twice on you. Let's see. Devon says, Nike stock isn't doing well at all. I mean, to be honest, dog, in this economy, right? Are you surprised? Let's just keep it 100. Cost of living is up. Gas, up. I mean, let's keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to make this about politics because I'm not a politics guy. Now, I got a few family members where we could easily bring them on and they'll talk. I'm going to put it this way. I got a few family members where if I even get the ballpark of politics, I promise you, they'll never shut up to the point where you're like, hey, yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, like, yeah, cost of living is up across the board. We got gas, we got food. We're being nickel and dimed left and right, no matter how you slice it and dice it. Prices of shoes have went up, So again, I'm going to say this. Nike stuff doesn't instantly sell out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is probably where if you're going to invest, this is probably a good time to invest because I have a feeling like times like this will not last forever. I feel like it's going to last a little while where the stuff and the prices of sneakers and everything is going to be or the market is going to be where it's low or it's not the best where you want to buy now if you're going to plan on investing. And then eventually I feel like Nike then will always rule king for a certain period of time. Like they offer a lot of timeless classic sneakers that other brands I feel like not only can't duplicate, will be hard to replicate too, because I'm like, will they be able to make their own like brand where it's going to be on that level? And I think short answer is I don't see it. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I will say it's going to be very, very hard. So yeah, I don't even see how that would even be a thing. You know what I'm saying? So again, right now, if you're going to invest, I feel like this is the time, but the stock isn't doing well, but I feel like it's only going to be temporarily, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick, Devon says, it's about $45, which still seems like a lot, but to be honest, I think it has nowhere to go but up at this point. Even if it dips even more, I feel like if you thug it out, and I would say this, the great Warren Buffett, who's one of the probably best well-known investors, said, to be honest, the best thing he ever did was invest in what you love, invest in what you know. So if you are going to invest, and like me, if I was going to invest, even like right now, I would invest in Nike stuff, even though I know it's not the best time to invest, but I'm assuming they're going to get it back right. Keep in mind, they got a lot of stuff in the chamber that they can, if dropped correctly, could easily skyrocket back up. But let's just keep it 100. Short answer, right? Or short question for you. who's Nike major competition right now? Is it Adidas? Right? We see what they're doing. I mean, they got the jellyfishes, but I mean, Ye's not over there no more. Ye's product is like, it's cool, but I mean, it ain't competing with Nike. I mean, to be honest, they don't have any major competition. And to be honest, people are not spending like that on sneakers right now. Let's just keep it 100. Looks like we got Long Beach Joe Jets in the building. Says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What's Gucci, bro? He says salutes Divine. Yes, sir, man. To be honest, man, times are just tough in general, man. I don't want to sit here and bash and start a whole live about the economy, but at the same time, I'm not surprised to see the market where it is. In fact, I was looking at the sold out Discord before I started live. I seen where people saying like, okay, cool, they show where the stock market is. And to be honest, the one reason why I never really invested heavily in the stock market, because I'm like, to be honest, I get it. I've done enough research, but at the same time, it's kind of one of those, I don't like to play with my money like that, you know what I'm saying? I like to see my joint, you know what I'm saying? You put it in there, this, that, and the third. So I know my tat artist and another tat artist in there, they've invested in stuff. But I mean, if I'm going to invest, it would be in some type of sneaker market, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? But Nike, them, while stuff may not be on the best terms of things, but they're no way in shape or form, like, I would say hurting. They're just probably spending way more than what they want to spend, and to keep, like I said, one of the things that we're going to cover tonight is the Converse joint. And to be honest, that's one of those where, like, everybody's saying it would make more sense to probably for them to cut ties with it, but I'm like, Converse, as long brand as it is, Nike them is probably not going to do it. But that's just my best educated guess. Don't quote me on that. I don't work for either of the companies. So Live is alleged, right? I don't know anything, right? But anyway, man, let's get the party started. Only planning on join for like an hour. And of course, we got more content on the way. I dropped pretty much top anticipated upcoming sneaker releases today because the day is April 1st. Also, I've got hit with the April Fool's joke from Manny with the Kicks. So salutes to Manny with the Kicks. With pretty much saying we had a shock drop with the Nigels, but apparently it was not. So yeah, I fell for it. But let me share my screen right here, and we'll get the party started, and then we'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases to wrap things up here for tonight, man. So I guess we'll start with the Q3 earnings, and then we'll just work backwards in the Nike and the Europe situation. We're working in the order that I want to work it in. So give me a few seconds. I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see. Boom, right here. I thought I clicked it the first time, but apparently not. And to be honest, the kid has been chilling, but it is what it is. We got Slayer in the building. I see you. Says, yo, Sneaker Squad 100. What up, Slayers? What up, 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 what up? So yeah, let's get started on the first story right here. Nike CEO says its turnaround is not finished as the company sees China bumps in Q3, and then we'll transition on to China and Europe, and then we'll talk the struggles of Converse for like the last few minutes of the live. So only plan on being on the joint for like roughly a little over 30 minutes. But it says net sales in the period tailored $11.3 billion flat from the same time last year. Now, this was just posted March 31st, to the best of my knowledge, which was just literally yesterday. Again, doing a little update on Nike here for the people that's just coming in. This joint. It says inside the newly renovated Nike store downtown Portland. This is my thing too, with all this renovating and remodeling too. Dog, no disrespect to Nike and them, as a person who's worked for other companies who brought in another CEO, and I'm not picking on Elliott Hill here, but this is kind of what they do. They make remodels and changes that, to be honest, while the company has the bread, but that puts you down more. Like, to be honest, if you come into a company that's already either plateaued or going down, me, in my opinion, I know the saying is simple: to make money, you got to spend money. But to be honest, dog, me personally, I would be like, look, let's come up with some ideas. Let me see some growth before we start remodeling. Because what comes with remodeling, right? I'm assuming they got to spend more money to remodel. You know what I'm saying? You guys had that already. You know what I'm saying? It's probably cost enough just to keep the lights on, and you're going to remodel the joint. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. They probably got a budget for it. I'm not going to be the guy to sit up here and say like what I will and will not do. But to be honest, that would be like I wouldn't sign off on that so quickly, in my opinion. But it says Nike reported third quarter results on Tuesday. that beat estimates despite continued weakness in its China business and steep declines at Converse. Says net income at the Beaverton, Oregon-based company in the third quarter of the fiscal 2026 fell 35% to $520 million from the $794 million in a year ago period. So I'm assuming that's what we're talking about right here. At one point a year ago, it was 794 million. Now we're down to 520 million. And let me clarify this. Still a lot of bread, but in the company's eyes, like if you do a quick math right here, you go from 700 to 500. That's already like 200 and some change, if not knocking on $300 million, where it's like, all right, man, what the fuck are we doing wrong? Again, it looked like Elliott Hill was making the right, appropriate moves over here because, I mean, to be honest, we've said this time and time again, he's been dropping the shoes that I feel like the average sneakerhead has been looking for. But do we have that hype beast era like we did back in 2017, 2018? You know what I'm saying? Those were some different times. And to be honest, man, as an average sneakerhead, it was not what I consider fun times. But at the same time, probably to the companies, they were probably getting it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was a lot of inside, lot of speculation and allegations going along. I'll put it like that, right? Just to be on the safe side. But it says diluted earnings per share dropped to 35 cents from 54 cents. Net sales in the period tailored to $11.3 billion, flat from the 11.3 billion on the reported basis, and down 3% at the current percentage of the currency natural basis, right? Okay, so again, a lot of changes that we see that come on, and again, this is all just money talk at the end of the day. And to be honest, not to make this all about money, but when you're in a business, these companies, they want to see growth each and every year. Even if it plateaus, they can probably work with that, but their goal is to go up. When they start to see that decline, that means they feel like they're doing something wrong, and that's why we get new CEOs and, get restructured. And to be honest, if we go down the rabbit hole of what happened to the previous person where allegedly their son had an inside move in the way they were moving. So, I mean, that really wasn't helping the company either if we're going to keep it real. You know what I mean? A lot of factors that we can go down the rabbit hole when it comes to sneakers. In fact, how many times, right, off mode but on mode, because we're talking sneakers, the amount of people that was doing sneaker YouTube consistently over the years to the point of now, it's like, to be honest, it's only a handful of people that's still eating in or doing it. Like, I'm going to put it this way. Cats used to eat up off the shit. Now it's like cats are like, hey, I feel like we separated the real sneakerheads from the ones who got caught up in it that probably was a sneakerhead, but like they got making a living off of it, and now they, now times are different because one, oversaturated, and two, the sponsorships and stuff are just not into it because let's just keep it 100. The money's not moneying like it was back in like 2015 to like 2015 to 2020. These guys had a good 5-year run, and after that, you've seen it slowly go down. Now, who do we blame here? Do we blame the content creators for not being creative enough? I mean, because to be honest, what they were doing was sticking. Or do we blame like, hey, maybe their audience just grew up? Or, hey, maybe people not paying what they were paying for sneakers anymore, and we don't want to be enticed by watching you guys do it, and we're not being able to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of determining factors that you can bring into this joint. And I'm not trying to pick on anybody in particular. That's why I'm not saying any names or this and the third. But it says the company third quarter results beat Wall Street's best guess. Analysts on average were expecting net sales of $11.2 billion and earnings per share of the 28 cents, according to the LSEG, right? So again, this is just something that comes with the game. You know what I'm saying? The market goes up and down. I remember like back in the day, and this happened before in the history of being in sneakers where, remember when I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I'm like, sneakers always been there, but to be honest, I remember when Nike used to produce a lot of sneakers, then it seemed like they never sell. Then they went back to like, all right, cool, let's just make it rare again. Now they make it available again. To be honest, now what they're doing is like, a lot of people, I think, with the whole like shutdown from like 2020 until like 2023 when things start opening back up, we got used to using this right here, our phones, right, to actually cop like sneakers, you know what I'm saying? And what did that bring? I'm not going to say people like lazy, but we got adjusted and comfortable. I don't want to use the word lazy. People got comfortable with being able to just cop off your device right at the home. Now, you got to put a little bit of footwork in. Sneakers app, in my opinion, don't always have the biggest stock like they used to have. They used to have the biggest stock, but now not like they have the biggest stock anymore, if I'm going to keep it real. So, yeah, I'm like, times have just changed. I tried to preach this to the guy that I work with, that's also a sneakerhead. Another thing, too, and again, ain't no beef. I love homie, you know what I'm saying? He's a diehard sneakerhead, but it's kind of one of those, I tell him he's like, man, you cop everything. I'm like, dog, you just got to go to the stores. You got to go physically get up off you know what. Now, on their side, they're saying in their area it's not like that, but I mean, maybe so, right? It says, by business segment, the company said Nike's brand's third quarter revenues were $11 billion, up 1% primarily due to the declines in the EMEA and Greater China. Says, partially offset by growth in North America, Nike direct revenues were $4.5 billion, a decline of 4% due to the 9% decrease in Nike's brand digital and a 5% decrease in Nike's owned stores. Because remember, at one point, Nike then was going to do like direct to consumer and this, that, and the third, but looks like with the new CEO change, that's not their focus so much anymore. And I kind of can't blame them. If you got people that's already can sell your product, that you can give them to it for like a whole price, you're already a brand name. A lot of these stores, and we can insert whoever you want to insert in there, but let's just keep it 100. Probably majority of their sales were coming, like, I'm going to say, based off what I've been doing lives with, I want to say 60% of a lot of these other stores' brands, like that were selling Nike's brands, they were selling 60% of, Nike product. That's a huge difference whenever then they try to cut it where Nike's going to do it themselves. But here's the problem that comes into play. If you're going to do direct consumer, guess what? You got to open up your own stores, which costs more money. And it's like, well, dog, is it really worth it? Where, sure, we could probably do direct consumer, cut a lot of these guys out, the middleman. But, we got to pray that we're going to get the sales we're looking to get. And we'll catch it all on the back end for investing and opening up these stores directly. That's always a gray area you got to think into when it comes to investing and doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean the business is always going to hit the way you want it to hit, respectively. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the article real quick. It says, as Nike's wholesale channel, which the company has steadily worked on rebuilding, revenues in the quarter were $6.5 billion, up 5%. And it says the revenues for Converse were $264 million, down 35%. Keep in mind, we're going to cover Converse here in just a little bit. I'm only going to be on the joint for roughly 20, 25 minutes more, but we're going to cover Converse. Y'all see I got 3 tabs up here. We going to hit all 3 tabs if the live stay active, right? Okay. But yeah, but it says 35% on the reported bias due to the declines across all territories. So a lot of things going on, and keep in mind, we still have things that's going on as far as with the new administration, they're making it not necessarily so easy for these businesses now. You know what I mean? If we're going to keep it real, it's one of those easier said and done type of things, right? Nike said footwear revenues grew 6% in the period at $3.3 billion. Apparel sales in the third quarter declined 2% to $1.5 billion. Now, for the people who don't know what apparel sales is, that's your clothing like Nike branding, which, to be honest, I could use some new Nike stuff as well. But to be honest, some of the stuff that I wanted to cop, it sells out so quickly I can't get it, because I've been very selective with my Nike product, respectively. But it says the company added that it spent $2.9 billion, up 3% in quarter 3 due to the employee surveillance costs, and unfavorable changes in foreign currency exchange rates, partially offset by lower other than administrative costs. Elliott Hill, president and chief executive officer, which is CEO at Nike, means he's pretty much running the joint. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I noticed the CEO, he's probably making he's making the big bucks. Let's just keep it 100. Said in a statement that the third quarter was largely filled with meaningful actions to improve the health and quality of the business. So, did you do that, though? And again, I will say this with Elliott Hill. He has a great play with his words, right? Where he gives you an answer, but he's never fully 100% direct. You know what I'm saying? I definitely see why he's a CEO. You know what I'm saying? The guy is a guy you probably want to, you ask a question, he'll answer it, but you probably feel like you don't learn nothing. You don't learn anything at all. You know what I'm saying? He uses and our portfolio is this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. And I don't want to sound like I'm hating, but same time, I like to come direct. When y'all see me do these lives and stuff like that, I'm coming direct. But let me read the rest of it. It says, the pace of the progress is different across the portfolio. In the areas where prioritized first, continue to drive momentum. Hill noted the work is not finished, but the direction is clear. Our terms are moving with focus and urgency, and our foundation is given even stronger to build the future of Nike. Matthew Friend, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, which that's CIFO, which that's person that's like basically in charge of money, right? Okay. Ironically, right? At the company that I work for right now, I looked at our structure. I saw like CEO, and right after that, CFO, which I'm assuming CEO, that's pretty much Chief Executive Officer. Then you got the CFO, which is Chief Financial Officer. These are roles that you're going to see in any company, especially if they're making big bucks. And I'm like, yo, these people are really seeing some real dollars. You know what I'm saying? I would be happy all the damn time too. You know what I'm saying? If my company's bringing in these type of numbers, but these guys really got to work and make some major decisions. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about these positions, no disrespect, and I'm not talking about my company, but I'm talking about companies in general, and I assume this happens at Nike too, with the people underneath, you got to be able to tell your bosses what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to be direct with them. You can't I get it, you're going to tell them yes a lot, but you can't be a yes man because that doesn't help the company. You got to be direct. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why I haven't made it to those levels or anything like that, but just know that I plan to be in those rooms and those conversations at one point. You know what I mean? But it says, Matthew Friend, Executive Vice President and CFO Officer at Nike Incorporated, added that the company continues to execute with discipline. Execute with discipline. Win now actions will continue to impact results over the balance of the calendar year, and we remain confident in our ability to position the companies for profitable growth long-term, Friend added. So finishing up this last little part, this article says, no guidance for the fourth quarter or the full year was provided. So again, they're still making changes and making structure stuff to their stuff now. Like, again, they're kind of, learning as they go and tweaking things as they go. I mean, if they had a full perfect plan, of course they're not going to be able to give you a direct answer because that's based in a perfect world. So you got to be realistic here because, to be honest, when it comes to the sneaker game and when it comes to the economy and it comes to all that, things change over time no matter how you slice it and dice it. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you slice it and dice it, things will change over time, and you got to just accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't really even think that, but it comes with it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want people to think like, yo, that like literally like we got this perfect like foolproof plan and we're just got everything that we need to do. You got to keep in mind that's just going to change with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Every year things changes, like as far as cost of living, all that, no matter how you slice it and dice it. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are obviously making their best decisions, and some of this they have to low key, let's just keep it 100, they have to learn on the fly. You know what I mean? If we're going to keep it real. So nobody's perfect. Let's go and transition on to the next topic real quick. As I can see, if I'm trying to get my phone up here situated, my joint tripping. Hold on real quick. Yeah, hold up. Trying to get my joint to charge, but that's not working. I don't know what's going on. Man, every time I do stuff here, it just like doesn't work the way I want it to, but it is what it is. I know this is like live in person, like, yo, all right, cool. I don't know what the heck is happening, but cool. We'll keep the party going here. I'll figure that out later because it's a very interesting setup that I have going on here. No charging whatsoever. Okay, cool. We'll keep the party going here. Next topic, as you guys can see, because I only plan to be on the joint for like an hour. So we're going to go into this one. It says, China isn't Nike's only concern as Europe remains highly promotional. So again, we got changes going to O'Connor's things as well. And with that being said, we got a lot of stuff at the table and a lot of changes and stuff that are being moved around. And honestly, man, if you can't adapt to change, I'm going to feel like this. Business or just stuff in general is not for you. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to keep it real. But yeah, so we got the next topic right here. And it says, this comes as Nike stock dropped over 15% by the end of the trading on Wednesday. So pretty much this is literally Brose's April 1st. So pretty much end of Wednesday which is basically today. So all this stuff that I'm talking about is current. Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, what's Gucci sold out family? What up, Manny with the kicks? What up, what up? You got me on that April Fool's joke, homie. That was kind of messed up, but it is what it is. I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping at all, but still kind of messed up if I'm going to keep it real, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It come with the game. I mean, we got to do the jokes here and there. But let me touch this topic real quick, and then we'll keep the party going here. Be on the joint for like another 20. It says, where we at real quick? Nike store in Spain. So this is like a 4-minute read or 4-minute listen. It says, while Nike China problems are in the spotlight, weakness in Europe is also now at the forefront. It says in the third quarter of the fiscal 2026, Nike saw revenues drop 7% in its Europe, Middle East, and African regions, mostly due to the softness in the sportswear offering in a high promotional retail environment. Matthew Friend, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer at Nike Incorporated, told analysts on the company earnings call on Tuesday that the EMEA presented both progress and challenges in the quarter. So again, they're making progress, but they're also facing challenges. I see you, Manny, laughing at. Do your thing. Get your laugh on, dog. I ain't tripping. Everybody get your laugh on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. So Nike them are saying they facing challenges. Or again, these analysts are saying that they see the challenges that Nike them could be facing. And honestly, it is what it is. I mean, that's what you as a business, you're going to face challenges. It's what you do when you get these challenges and how you face them, right? And what you're going to do to help the company survive. Do I see Nike them ever going out of business? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yes, they're going to have some hard times. They're going to have some ups. They're going to have some downs. You know what I'm saying? And that's any business. You know what I'm saying? We've seen companies that's been around for years like JCPenney. I literally was talking to some people where a lot of like JCPenney stores that are like what I thought would be like a timeless store. Now we've seen a lot of these stores close the doors. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's going to happen in Nike, but obviously there's going to be some restructuring that's got to be done along the way. And that just comes with the game. You know what I mean? But it says, our performance business continued to build momentum, lead by double-digit growth in running, Friend said when referring to the EMEA business. Sportswear was down double digits and sell-through has not tracked with the sell expectations. Promotions across the marketplace were versus the prior year as partners managed inventory. We were also more aggressive with promotions on Nike Digital at the end of the season, which resulted in a higher markdowns and a higher off-price mix. Inventory growth double digits versus the prior year with units up mid-single digits. So again, I'm not saying he's making excuses, but he's giving us like, hey, this is kind of what, you know, comes with the game. That's kind of what happened. I see you, Manny says Joe Jets and Divine with the strong arm, 100 salutes. Again, I'm not going to say it's excuses, but it's kind of one of those like, yo, this is what we tried. It didn't work as good as we thought it was going to work. So now we're going back to the drawing board. It's what I'm kind of like breaking this down, right? Again, whole live is alleged, so we're going to keep the party going here. It says, the CFO, and this is the Chief Financial Officer, said that the company anticipates ending the fourth quarter with elevated inventory in its EMEA region, but Nike remains confident that it will be able to continue to work through its win now actions in the territory. Elliot Hill, right, President and CEO, aka Chief Executive Officer of Nike, added to the call its city-led approach to the introducing new products is especially important to the EMA, where the company lacks a full integrated marketplace, which I will agree with Elliot Hill on this one, because let's just keep it 100, right? Is it time for Nike to bring something new to the table? Yes. And we can use the word what's the word they use? Innovation 100 times. But at the same time, you can't keep updating. It's nice that they're doing this. They're updating the same product they've been selling for years, but kind of calling it new. And it's like, bro, the Nike swoosh logo or the Nike logo on the back, that ain't finna stick for every shoe. Y'all trying to do that, but you know, we had sentimental values when it came to that, because I'm like, yo, when they do that, that means like it's a retro. It was once out before, this and the third. Yeah, you can't keep selling us the same product and just changing the box. They're definitely going to bring something new to the table. And I was just actually ironically talking about this with the sneakerhead I work with. It's like, yo, they've tried it. It just, nothing has stick yet, like the Jordan brand has, right? The Jordan brand stuff, I feel like is legendary. LeBron's, right? Okay. Sure, we got some fire LeBrons, but how many people truly checking for the LeBron on the average, right? I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? He got some fire stuff, but compared to Jordan, different, right? Then we got also other athletes they have under there. We have Drake under that umbrella. The last major thing I feel like that took off for Nike as far as collaboration wise was Travis Scott. But I feel like what that's telling me is the Travis Scott wave. We've gotten used to that, even though a lot of us still haven't hit for a Travis Scott on retail. And let me clarify this. The Jordan 1 or the Jordan Travis Scott collab, not the Travis Scott sneakers themselves, because to be honest, the last batch we had of just regular Travis Scotts, from what I got from it, the joints was readily available, right? And I'm not taking shots at them or anything like that, but I mean, I remember when anything Travis used to drop, it used to be like even if you knew about it, you were wasting your time, But he says, it has been one of the biggest hurdles. Hill admitted the team is responding with a more complete street-up model, working more closely with the wholesale partners to improve point-of-sale storytelling and seeding in the community. In EMEA, you'll see us show up more as a local Nike. So he's trying to work with, you could tell, with Foot Locker and them and stuff like that. He's trying to take a different approach, but I mean, to be honest, we'll see how it goes. And I don't want to sound like a bad hater or anything like that, but even they realize they gotta obviously they can't keep doing what they've been doing and expect changes, right? To be honest, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. It's one thing if you see progress, but if you don't see progress, you gotta use what I guess one of my coworkers say, you gotta pivot. You gotta pivot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pivot and move, and you gotta do it smoothly. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's like a boxer standing in the same position and you getting hit every time. If you keep getting back in that position, the other boxer is gonna punch you every time. So you pivot and you gotta play a little defense. And I feel like Nike them are definitely on the defense side of things. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna keep it real. It says the overhaul comes after Nike made shifts to its EMA leadership in January. It says the swoosh announced earlier this year that the Cesar Garcia would become Nike's new vice president and general manager of EMEA effective February 2nd, which that means the guy's already in there because, I mean, to be honest, we've literally started April. So he's been at the job, he's been knocking on roughly tomorrow will be a month. If he started February, April 2nd will be a month. Following the retirement of Carl Gerbert after 30 years. So again, they've been making a lot of changes to these top roles too, because to be honest, dog, if you keep keeping the OGs in there, I'll put it this way, right? Let's word it nicely, right? Let's word it nicely. And I'll use myself, for example. We ain't got to talk about them, right? This is my thing. I notice the older I get, as far as I'm a person, normally I would be more accepting to change when I was younger. But as I get older, I'm noticing that I'm less and less more a resistance to change. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm good. Let's leave it the way it is. But it come with the game. And so that's what it is. It's bringing change, right? And you got to accept it for what it is. So again, a lot of these OGs that's been around, it's like, all right, man, cool. Go out looking like a good guy. We going to get somebody in there that can adapt to the change. And that's just my best educated guess. It says Hill noted at the time of the announcement that Garcia started at Nike nearly 25 years ago and has since built a credible ability to connect product, sports, and marketplace into the integrated system. Mostly recently, the CEO wrote that Garcia helped integrate the merchandising, sport priorities, and analytics to better serve athletes and scale innovation. So again, he's no rookie. Again, you don't want to get somebody in there brand new that don't know what they've been doing. You got to have somebody that does have some experience. But at the same time, if a guy that's been in the same spot for the same amount of years, they're not going to make too much change. So this guy's getting a chance to, I guess this would be called a promotion, so to speak. So again, he's stepping up. Let's see what he can bring to the table. Even though he's been in the game for quite some time, he's got a great track record, or I feel like Elliott Hill wouldn't put him in that position, right? It says on Tuesday, the Beaverton, Oregon-based company reported net income in the third quarter of the fiscal year 2026 fell 35% to $520 million from $794 million in the year ago. Diluted earnings per share dropped at 35 cents to 54 cents, right? Okay, which we did report that in the previous article. We're going to talk Converse here in the last little bit of this, last 10 minutes. It says net sales in the period tailored to $11.3 billion, flat from the $11.3 billion on a report basis, down 3 cents on the currency neutral basis. It says on Tuesday earnings call with analysts, Nike said it expects revenues in the coming fourth quarter to be down 2 to 4%, with modest growth in the North America despite lapping a value liquidation in the prior year, largely offset by the declines in Greater China and Converse. Wall Street didn't love Nike's fourth quarter guidance, sending that the stock down over 15% by end of the trading day on Wednesday. Again, and that's what you guys were talking about earlier. Nike stock is not where they want it to be. It's down 50%. If you're an investor, you're not happy. But at the same time, they would say, I'm assuming buy low from what we saw in the chat earlier, $45 to get you in there. But obviously, the more you buy, the more you can make. But the company has to go up in order for you to make. You know what I'm saying? Because if you buy low and it goes lower, I would assume, I'm no genius, just rough math, that means you're not making any money, right? And if you take it out too soon or too early, you can obviously face penalties too. But it says the company said it will return to providing full year and long-term guidance at the next investor day in fall. So again, Nike them, it feels like, I ain't gonna say their heads on the chopping block, but they don't want to lose any more money. They're in the mindset we got to make something, and I respect it. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? So for like the last 7-8 minutes, let's talk Converse real quick, and then we'll wrap things up here with upcoming sneaker releases. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love and being active in the chat tonight. Really means a lot. Even though the stream has kind of been acting up, not here, but per se on Monday, but it says, as Converse continues to struggle, Nike CEO Elliott Hill shrugs the sell speculation off. Meaning, right, he probably knows an answer, but he's not prepared to, that's not what he's there to talk about. He's there to bring the business back. He's not there to talk Converse. He knows what his role is, even though this technically probably falls under his hat. But what I get from that's not his main speculation or goal right now, to focus on Converse, right? But it says the CEO said on Tuesday that the brand will remain an important part of Nike Incorporated family. Again, so speculation said they may sell this joint off, but if he's saying that, hey, he's letting them know they may do something, but it's still going to be having that Nike branding attached to it. Keep in mind, Converse was his own company, and then Nike them took off, and now Converse kind of falls under Nike, which, I mean, it's a win-win, but at the same time, who really... I know the OGs still rock Converse, but to be honest, Converse is a shoe, in my opinion. I see people rocking in the gym, but Converse is a shoe where, to be honest, dog, honestly, I can only get away with it in the summertime. And the few Converses that I had, I end up selling them joints to keep it 100. But it says Nike president and chief executive officer Elliott Hill made it clear to the analysts on the company's third quarter earnings call on Tuesday that he is not... He's not interested in selling Converse despite growing speculation of a deal. Again, this is just speculation. We don't know if it's true. When people speculate and you're not really there, you're just making your best educated guess. That don't mean they're accurate, right? It says Converse will remain an important part of Nike Incorporated family, and we are excited about the long-term prospects, Hill said on the call. Overall, the work is not finished, but the direction is clear. Our terms are moving with focus and urgency, and our foundation is getting even stronger. So again, we learned that from the first topic we covered tonight. And it says the CEO added that the Converse team took some definitive steps this quarter to bring the brand back to a healthy business. This included layoffs at the brand in February. The exact number of the employees affected were not disclosed at this time. So again, I'm pretty sure we covered that. They've done layoffs. And that's the first thing with a lot of companies, and even like where I work everywhere, right? Okay, when things aren't moneying, first thing to go is like the, either they and they do it across the board. They don't just pick on the little guys. Usually in the middle spot is where you want to be, but the people at the top, they do some restructuring. People at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Who do we really need? You know what I'm saying? Like, that come with the game. But they didn't put out how many people they lay off. Let's get through the rest of this article real quick. I see you, Man with the Kicks, in the chat. It says, Man with the Kicks says, everything sitting nowadays, hype, limited, OG, and sneaker game dying slowly. It's a lot of determining factors into that. again, I said it too, right? Nike them can't keep selling us the same thing and just repackaging it. They know they got to bring something different to the table, but also you got to play in the factor that let's just keep it 100. A lot, and I'm not counting nobody's pockets, but I'm gonna count my own. People come to me all the time, man. Why make a video? You skip everything. You skip everything. Like, bro, like if I was to every drip or skip video that I drop, if I was to try to buy that joint and review it, I don't even know how I would even eat. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I already buy enough sneakers as it is. But, it's crazy. And I don't want to make this about me. The sneakers I buy, people don't give me no credit for it. The shoes I skip and don't buy and make a video about, people want to be up in my face about it. You know what I'm saying? Not literally, but, they got something negative to say. But it says, still revenues for Converse in the third quarter were $264 million, down 35% on the reported basis from $405 million the same last year. It says the company noted that the results were due to declines across all territories. Again, these tariffs, they're kicking people's butt, even though it's saying it without saying it. Again, whole live is alleged. It says the company said its expectations to have more details on its turnaround efforts for Converse by the time it hosts its investor day this fall. They expect the date is yet to be announced. Again, they got it, but they don't even got a date on that. So they're just giving people answers to make them like, all right, cool, we got it, we hear y'all, but we're going to keep it moving. Says Hill's comments came after several research notes from the BNP Paribas Equality Research senior analyst Laurent Vosanet speculating that Nike may be setting the stage for the virtue of Converse. Again, Elliot Hill says they not plan on doing it, but a lot of people seem they may be cutting ties with Converse or trying to sell the joint off. Again, don't quote me on that, but that's people's speculation. Don't mean it's accurate. It says in a March note, Vasella pointed out that the probable of Nike's 8K filing that same month called items 2.05 costs associated with exit or disposal activities. But that don't mean it's necessarily Converse. You know what I'm saying? It could be other things. Says this suggests that Nike is exiting business. Wrote last month, could this be the exit or disposal of Converse we flagged in the January 10Q note? We believe it could be. Again, that's speculation. Nike has not come out and said this, and Elliot Hill has not come out to confirm this to the best of my knowledge. Says the market watcher also cited a Nike restructuring plan revealed as 2024 to save $2 billion by fiscal year 2026. Yet SGA, selling, general, and the administration expenses is flat since then, he wrote. Manny says, gotta be selected most definitely, and look at SpongeBob having a yard sale. Hey, chill. And I know what you're talking about, man. Chill. Nope. No negativity over here, sir. We're not doing that. I mean, to each their own. I'm not going to sit up here and bash that. But again, we're not going to be talking that, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bash any of that at all. Let's keep the party going real quick. Let's see where we at. Says, in January note suggested that Nike could be considering a sale of Converse, indicating that the underlying health of the brands is more perilous than the first thoughts. It says the analyst pointed to challenges Converse has seen of late, including a 28% decline in revenues in the first quarter, and with sales dropping another 31 cents in the second quarter, leading to the earnings before interest and taxes of Converse dipping into negative territory for the second quarter. It says, we think the underlying health of Converse is more perilous, as the average selling price pressures would suggest sell in off price, and therefore sell in the low key accounts could be down more than 30%, wrote in January. It says on Tuesday, the Beaverton, Oregon based company reported a net income in the third quarter of the fiscal 2026 fell 35% to $520 million from $794 million in the year period. Diluted earnings per share dropped to 35 cents from 54 cents. Manny says, it's a joke. Never hate my guy. No, I get it. No. I don't. No, I'm not saying you hating, but I never said that. I'm just saying, you know how some cats can be, man. I get what it is. I'm not surprised, and you can quote me, right? Because I know, like, we ain't saying no names over here, but are you surprised? To be honest, when you posted that, were you surprised? I'm assuming no. And I guarantee you, they won't be the only one. We've seen other ones already do it, and it's probably going to be more. Hell, I'm probably sell, like me, I'm probably sell some sneakers myself, but not like my entire sneaker collection. You know how people do, man. And again, not knocking them. I mean, to be honest, if you do feel like you're not going to make as much content anymore, this and the third, I mean, why hold on to the joints? You know what I'm saying? But I know that comes in that gray area where people are like, are you a true sneakerhead? You know? Again, just 2 cents. It says net sales in the period tailored 11.3 billion, flat from the 11.3 billion on the reported basis, down 3% on the currency neutral basis. While we're not satisfied, I am confident that our progress in the areas we're prioritized first through our win now actions point to where we ultimately heading across our portfolio. He'll add it. I told you he's going to use that word portfolio. I knew it. He'll add it on Tuesday call because of the scale and the breadth of the Nike portfolio. The progress will not happen at all at once. It will not happen all at once, which I agree. You know what I'm saying? So let me put myself back on the main screen here. We're coming up on an hour mark, a little over an hour I've been live. And yeah, let's talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases. I know we got the off-white joint. Not at all, Polo. I'm dead. Hey, chill. You trying to set me up, dog. Hey, chill. Upcoming sneaker releases, main thing we're focused on right this week, I would say Air Jordan 1 Off-White Alaskas, if I'm not mistaken. Checking the sneakers app for upcoming sneaker releases so far. To be honest, if you go based off of my top anticipated sneakers of March of 2026, not too much on the radar that I'm really like checking for. To be honest, I was telling my coworker today, dog, I may just be chilling to keep it 100. We got the Mind Slides tomorrow. That's cool. I see you, Divine. The Mind Slides. I'm gonna try. Are they gonna be on a? They must gonna be on a Nike app. They're gonna be on a Nike app, not the sneakers app. I'm gonna try, but at the same time, those things have been selling like hotcakes and fast too, respectively. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, I'm gonna try because I do want to, try a pair. But I ain't paying no resale for them. But to be honest, it looks like April is gonna be a quiet month unless we get some shock drops along the way, which is a possibility. But to be honest, we got these mind joints, and then we got like what else that's really like sticking out. Pause. So I ain't really tripping over it, but yeah. Yeah, man, I just hit that hour mark, hour and 2 minutes to be exact. Appreciate you guys for being active in the chat. Let's see, Manny Kick says, I'm going to go for the Mind Slides, Divine. I'm going to try for them too. You know what I'm saying? I want to try. I just want to do it to see, could it be the Yeezy Slide killer? You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking the Adidas versions, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of Yeezy Slides already that I'm sitting on. Let's see what these Minds is about. Because, I mean, to be honest, let's just keep it 100. Shoe doesn't look bad, and if the comfortability is there, like people claim it is, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But let's go and wrap things up here for tonight. I've been on the joint for like an hour and 3 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love as always. Definitely smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, if you haven't done so already. Of course, sign up for that sold out Discord. I see you, Devon says, I only entered one raffle for the bro. Same here. I only entered one. That's the Packers one. If I hit, I hit. If I don't, it is what it is. Like I told you all guys at the beginning of the live, I don't know if you were in here at that time because you guys, I get it. Everybody comes in at different times. I'm not about to be the guy to enter all these raffles and y'all hit my card across the board like that. Nah, I got one pair of monies for you. You know what I'm saying? Respectively, and I'm talking for myself. But again, let's wrap things up here for tonight. Sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned in the comment section, and it's free to sign up. Well, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content out in time, you guys know most likely we're talking about in the sold out Discord. I'll be back live again on Saturday with another sold out live, another sold out podcast. Until then, sign up for the sold out Discord, free to sign up, and of course, more content on more sneaker content on the way. Definitely smash the like button. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we have Music Monday, and I'll see you guys again on Saturday, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God enough I can remember. I can remember. My heart is cold like December. but my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember.